Today we will draw an artwork using lines and patterns. The material that we'll use today is a pencil, a permanent marker, watercolors, and a jar of water. I will start with a border of my artwork. I'll place the dots at the corner of my sheet and then connect the dots to make a straight line. Once I have 4 lines, then I will have a nice border around my artwork. Now I'm going to start the flower in the middle of the square. So I'll draw a circle, then I'll add some petals using curved lines. You can also start drawing with a pencil and then trace over the pencil lines with a permanent marker. Now I am using simple shapes and lines to create patterns in the petals of my flower. When you repeat a shape over and over, that becomes a pattern. I'm using curvy lines, parallel lines, straight lines, swirly lines, zigzag lines, and wavy lines to create my patterns all over the artwork. I'll also add some shapes, circles. You can add your own shapes if you want. Once you're done drawing, you can trace all the lines with a permanent marker. To prepare my painting station, I will cover my area with a scratch paper or a newspaper and then put my artwork and my supplies on top of that paper. So at the end, I can just throw away the paper. So make sure you have a jar of water, a palette of paint, brushes, and a napkin to clean your brush. I'm using a couple of sizes of brushes. If you have wider areas, you use a thicker brush. If you have narrow areas, you use a thinner brush. Now I'll start painting the middle of the flower. So I'll wet the brush and I'll take a little bit of water and wet the paint as well. The more water I use, the thinner the color would be. So while painting, make sure you're painting very slowly and nicely so you stay inside the lines. Now I am going to use the wet on wet technique. In this, I wet my paper first with plain water, and then I paint on top with the paint. So first layer was the layer of water and the second layer was of the paint. If I want the paint to be thicker, brighter, darker, then I use less water and more paint. If I want my color to be lighter, then I use more water and less paint. You can also make the colors lighter and darker by mixing more pigment and less water, or less pigment and more water. And you can also create new colors by mixing two colors and making them thinner or thicker. So in watercolor, you have a variety of options to create new colors and shades. In watercolors, you can also give an effect of transparency. So if you are using more water, the color would be more transparent.